Great. Let's go lie down on our back. Close your eyes and take a couple of deep breaths and relax. Feel your shoulders relax. Become aware of that neutral spine. So the legs are long. And then feel the sacrum, the tailbone in contact with the floor. And then that natural curve so that the lower back is not pressing into the floor. Then you can feel your shoulder blades, the back of the ribs in contact. And then lift your head, bring your chin a little bit in, the back of your neck is long, and you feel that curve, the back of the neck is not touching the floor. The back of your head is. Really nice. Then bend your knees. And then a few tilts in the pelvis. So press the lower back into the floor, and then arch and lift so that the lower back comes off the floor. The whole time the tailbone is in contact. Really nice. And then from here, come to your neutral pelvis. So here you feel you're neither imprinted nor arched, you're right in the center. And both hip bones are even, so there's a straight line across. One isn't lifted higher than the other. Really nice. So let's start by introducing a little bit of movement here. Breath. So inhale through your nose. And exhale and activate. So lifting in the pelvic floors, lower abdominals sink, and the ribs draw in. And always with this engagement, and it's very familiar to you now, continue inhale through the nose. It's that feeling of the ribs coming towards the hips, and then the two frontal hip bones coming towards each other. So transverse abdominis, rectus abdominis, this whole activation, and then sinking of the navel. Shoulders stay relaxed, inhale through your nose, and then exhale and feel that strong activation. And now let's do a little bit of pelvic clocking. So imagine there's a clock on your back, the 6 lines up with the pubic bone, and the 12 lines up with just behind the navel, and the 3 and 9 are the 2 hip bones. And so trying to imprint all the numbers of the clock into the floor while trying to keep the legs stable, so they're not moving. Really nice. And so it's just that sense of really becoming aware of this area. So often, so many parts of our body are kind of invisible to us. And so it is so amazing just to actually really notice and feel what you're doing. Our back especially tends to be quite invisible, and sometimes also our belly. And now switch the direction. We're just not tuned into the subtlety of sensation. Really nice. And so feel the movement. Really nice. And now come to the center. Excellent. Let's get straight in. Interlace the hands behind the back of your head. So this morning we're going to come up in 3 pulses coming up as you exhale. And I want you to really strengthen each time and come up as high as you can. Push the head into the hand. So inhaling here, and as you exhale, through the mouth. And at the very top, just really squeeze you as high as you can. You're not lifting with the neck, but the head is pushing into the hands. Inhale, coming down, and then exhale. Inhale, coming down. And the eye gaze follows the movement. So you end up looking between your knees, and then you're back down to looking at the ceiling. The ribs stay in, the navel to spine. Feel the lengthening in the spine as you come up. Feel that strong contraction in the abdominal area. It's 5, we do 5 more. Inhale and exhale. 4. Exhale. Really lengthening and contracting. Last 2. Last one like this, and squeezing. Really nice. Inhale, coming down. As you exhale, hands stay where they are, one leg into tabletop. And now feel that really strong, that back hand. So the lower abdominals sink. And feel it as you lift the leg. Strong core activation, so everything's engaged. We'll do 10 more just here. Inhale, and as you exhale, coming up. Inhale, coming down. Push the head into the hands. Excellent. Exhale. Squeeze the knees together. And really think of it as you're coming up. The ribs come towards the hips. And there's a sinking of the abdominals. So there's no doming in the belly. Eye gaze follows the movement of the neck and the spine. So you start looking at the ceiling, then you're looking between your knees. I've completely lost count. So I'm going to say we've 6 done, and we've 4 to go. 3 more. And strong. Remember that squeeze of the pelvic floor. 2 more. Inhale. And last one. Now stay up. So we're staying up, the chest is lifted. We're going to exhale, extend one foot to the floor. Inhale, back up. Exhale, the other foot. So now think of shoulders away from the ears. Keep going with the leg. So shoulders away from the ears. Head pushed into the hand and the elbows. You can definitely see them in your peripheral vision, but they're not tucked in close. Ribs are in, navel to spine, pelvic floor lifted. Okay, so continue here with single legs or go into double legs. And remember, the further the legs go away from the body, the harder it's going to be. We're going to keep that lower back pressing into the floor. So inhale and then exhale. We go for 10. Inhale up, exhale. One leg at a time to feel like too much with 2. And 3. And squeeze it down. 4. And 5. Strong work. Really keep, don't let the arc back arc. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Let's crisscross. So exhale, rotate. Inhale, you're still up. Exhale, rotate. Inhale, center. Exhale, as you exhale, the other leg extends. So an elbow to knee and then back to center. And there's 3. And 3. And 4. Inhale, center. Exhale, 4. And 5. Keep the shoulder blades off the floor if you can. 5. And 6. And 6. And 7. Really strong work here. And 7. You are not alone. If you're belly burden. 8. And 8. 2 more. 9. And 9. Last one here. 10. And 10. Super. Feet down, arms out to the sides. Let's take a spinal twist first, so knees to one side, just stretching it out. And then bring the knees to the other side. Very nice. So we do a spinal twist here, and you have the option of keeping your feet on the floor or feet in the tabletop. So arms out to the side, shoulders away from the ears, one leg tabletop, or keep the legs down if it's too much with the legs up. And then bag of sand, feel that sink, second leg. Squeeze the knees together, thighs together, right? So inhale, ankles squeezing. And as you exhale, your knees are going to gently, slowly roll to the right. Think of your navel going towards the left, and your left shoulder presses into the floor. Absolutely no momentum here. You're using your controlling movement. As you inhale, the legs slowly come back up to center. And as you exhale, they go the other way. Navel now going towards the right. Right shoulder pressing into the floor. Inhale back to center. And strong work, exhale. Inhale to center. And exhale. Squeeze pelvic floor, sink the abdominals. And think of the navel going in the opposite direction to the knees. There's 2. We're going to go for 8. 3. And then slowly to 3. Inhale, center. Exhale, 4. Keep pushing the opposite shoulder into the floor. Inhale, center. And go to the side for 4. Inhale, center. And 5. Inhale, center. And 5. Excellent. Inhale, center. Nice controlled movement. Think of navel going the opposite way to the knees. Shoulder pressing down, really using the abdominals and the obliques. 6. And exhaling 6. Squeeze. Inhale, center. Exhaling 7. Inhale, center. And sink and 7. Inhale, center. And 8. Inhale, center. And 8. Super. Now coming down, knees are together. The toes are on the floor and the heels are lifted. We're going to do a diamond sit-up. Okay, so you inhale here, one hand on top of the other. And as you exhale, the knees will separate, the heels stay lifted, and you come up between your knees. And the knees as wide as comfortable, the heels lifted. Inhale, coming down, arms to the ceiling, and then sink, extend. So think of spine lengthening, ribs to the hips, 2. And 3. Now, absolutely, if you like, pop the heels down in between, and then lift them up and open them. 4, go for 10. And 5. And 6. And 7. And 8. And 9. And last one here, 10. Let's stay up and pulse. 10. And 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Coming all the way down. Super. Let's do an oblique sit-up. So both of your knees are now over to the right. Both of your shoulders are on the floor. So rotation in the torso. Hands either side of your head, or you can interlace them and push the head into the hands, whichever suits you. You can inhale here, pin the knees together, and as you exhale, come up through the middle, so the elbows stay wide. So you're not rotating in the shoulders, you're using the obliques to lift you. And exhale, coming up, 2. And squeeze, 3. And again, the eye gaze follows, 4. And it's really helpful with that eye gaze, because then the neck moves in a normal and healthy alignment, 5. So as you start looking at the ceiling, and then you finish looking at your knees, and then you're back to the ceiling, 6. And then exhale, 7. Exhale, 8. And squeeze, 9. And 10. This will straight to the side. So knees together, ankles together, and then shoulders definitely on the floor. And then come up, shoulders wide, elbows wide. 1. Navel to spine, pelvic floor lifts. 2. 3. Push the head into the hands and no straining in the neck. And 4, so you're really using your legs. And 5. And 6. And 7. Lift higher if you can. 8. And 9. And 10. Super. Bring the knees back up. So we do a few things here on our elbows. So elbows are down. And start with the knees bent. And you can keep the feet on the floor while the legs lifted. Okay, and again, we're going to do this same rotation. So inhale here, and as you exhale, the knees are going to roll over to one side. That's it. Inhale, center. And then as you exhale, knees are pinned together, ankles pinned together, and they roll to the other side. That's it. Inhale to center, scoop, exhale. Inhale, center, and exhale, rotate. There's 2, 3, and exhale, 3, and 4. Great job. We feel your obliques. 4, and 5, and 5, and 6, and 6. We're going to add on now a moment. And 7, 7, and 8, and 8. Super. So now we're going to rotate over. When the legs are over, we're going to extend, bend the knees, and bring them back in. So rotate, extend, bend, bring them back in. And rotate. Inhale, and back into center. Let's find the breath. So inhale here, exhale and rotate, extend, bend, inhale back to center, exhale. Inhale back to center, exhale. So I'm going to just move that a little bit. Continue with this extension or add full extension. And so here it's called a pendulum. So you're going to go both legs straight or continue with knees bent and extend them when they're all the way down. So rotate. Inhale and exhale. Let's go for 8. And exhale. And exhale. That's it. There's 3. And 3. And 4. Good job. And 4. So you can really feel this right with the abdominals, that rotation, the nice control, navel to spine, pelvic floor up. And 6, I think. And 6. We'll do 2 more. And 7. And 7. Last one. And 8. And 8. Really nice. Come all the way down. Turn your head side to side. Really nice. Stretch your arms. Oh, we're going to do one more like that on our elbows, and this will be, it's called corkscrew. So it's circles. So back up onto your elbows, activate, engage, legs are up. And so let's bring them all the way up to 90, as much as comfortable, right? And the feet are together. They're going to go all the way around to one side, down, all the way around, and back up. So a big circle. I will do 5 in each direction. So there's 1, and then another 1. Down, and back up. There's 2. Sit, nice control as you move. And 3. Good job. And we feel that nice control. So it's sinking the abdominals 4, pelvic floor lifted. And there's 5. Let's go the other direction. So try not to use momentum. Really control movement. 1. Really nice. And 2. That's it. And 3. 2 more. 4 and 4. And 5. Excellent. Coming all the way down, by the knees into the chest. Great. Let's stretch it out. Okay. Let's do a little bit into the glutes here. So bring your feet together. The toes are touching, the ankles are touching, the knees are touching, okay? And let's lift up into a bridge. Really nice. And then from here, extend the right leg and keep the knees touching. Really nice. So from here, we're going to go up and down 10 times. So inhale down and exhale up. And so as you lift up, keep the knees squeezing together and really push into the standing leg raise. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's stay up. Bring the leg all the way up, and then bring all the way down for 1. So that right leg goes up and down for 2. Try to keep the hips steady. Sometimes it's helpful to put your hands on them. 3 and 4. Let's keep the toes pointed for now. 5 and 6. That's it. 7, hands pressing into the floor. 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Bring that foot down. And let's extend the left leg and go straight into it, up and down. So touch the floor and then lift up 1. The knees are squeezing together. And 2. And 3. 4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. So now let's stay up. Left leg comes up and down for 1. And the leg goes high. When the leg comes down, it's lower than the hip. So keep the hips high. 2. And 3. And 4. Ribs in, lift high. 5. Navel to spine. 6. 7. 8. Lift a little higher. Push into standing leg. 9. And 10. Excellent. Feet down. And slowly articulate down, coming all the way down. Excellent. Okay, let's go into the series of 5. And we'll go through them 10 of each, and we won't take a break. So you take a break absolutely at any stage you want to, and take whatever version that suits you. So starting shoulders away from the ears, ribs in, navel to spine, pelvic floor lifted, 1 leg tabletop, sink, and then second leg. And now really think of the ribs drawing in. So your head and shoulders comes up using upper abdominals and not the neck and shoulders. Feel that activation. Feel that. Left leg long, left hand on the right knee, and then lift a little higher. And let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Lift higher. 6. Scoop the navel to the spine. 8, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Hands on your knees. Inhale, extend. Exhale, drawing in. 1. Remember, you decide the angle of the legs. 3, 4, 5. Lower back stays on the floor. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Single leg. So 1 leg long, little leg straight up to the ceiling. Hold for a little stretch, and then switch. Hold the other side for a stretch, and then we'll go. 1 and 2. And if your head's neck starting to get sore, hold the back of your head. 3, 4. Maybe you might like to do it with 1 hand. 5 and 6, 7. Switch hands if that's the case. 8, 9, and 10. Both legs straight up. Interlace the hands behind the head. Push the head into the hands. Inhale and exhale, extend. So remember, you decide on how far you extend. And you might just do 1 leg at a time. 2, 3. Inhale up. Exhale down for 4. Shoulders away from the ears. And 5. And 6. Really great. And 7. Navel to spine. 8. Elbows wide. Push the head into the hand. 9. Inhale up. And 10. Crisscross. We already did it. We'll go again. So exhale. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Stepping down, reach the arms overhead. Let's straight away come around onto the belly. I'll do a little bit of a polka dot stretch. Really nice. So, coming down all the way, hands beneath your shoulders, and then lift up into nice polka stretch. Take a couple of breaths here. Sometimes it's nice just kind of rock side to side. And then tuck your toes and push back into down dog. And let's go forward and back into that. So inhale, keep the toes tucked under. And then exhale. 3 more. Inhale. And exhale. 2 more. Up into cobra. Nice stretch in the front body, the lower back. Exhale, lengthen. And again, last one. And all the way back. Okay, so now come on to all fours, but the knees are hovering, right? So hands beneath your shoulders, knees are hovering, and really drop. Lower abs drawing up. Push the floor away with your hands, and hold and breathe for 10, 9. The feet as close as you can to the floor without touching. Strong activation, back of the neck is long, so you're looking down between your hands or just forward of it. Breathe. Think of those abs drawing up towards the spine, and now push into down dog. Great. We'll just do a little bit of warming up in the shoulders, and then we'll do some shoulder press. So arms are forward, and we're going to do protraction and retraction. So arms come forward. Think of the 2 shoulder blades separating the scapula and then drawing together. So forward and then back. Forward and back. That's it. Lovely. And it's like when you draw it back, the shoulder blades pinch towards each other, and then when you draw it forward, and the elbows come bent, right? No problem. They separate, and then they pinch back, and then forward, pinch back, and forward. Excellent. Okay, so shoulder press. It's like a push-up, but you're working more against the shoulders. So hands are beneath your shoulders, right? And then your feet are wide. And you're like you're up in a down dog. And then my feet are as wide as the mat. And what we're doing here is the head comes down to the floor between your hands. You're really working with your shoulders, and then you lift up again. Okay, let's go for 10. Let's see how we do, okay? You only go as low as, so your elbows might just bend a little bit in. And so inhale, exhale, 2. And 3. And 4, that's it. And 5. And 6. And 7. 8. 9. And 10. Great, we will come back to those and do some more tricep stuff, push-ups and stuff. So let's come on to our side. Those of you who are here on Monday night, we're going to be here a while. We'll do a lot of side plays tonight. This morning, rather. So let's start. Hands resting on your head. So you'll hear different instructions in Pilates classes. Sometimes it's nice to have your feet a little bit forward. So I'm at the back of my mat, but my feet are at the front. That helps a little bit with balance. And also, especially if you have discomfort, when you're in a straight line, you're much more on the bony part. And so that can feel a little bit more uncomfortable. So if you like, you can have your feet a little bit forward at an angle, okay? Either way. And then let's just check, right? Everything's activated. So ankles are stacked over ankle, knee over knee, hip over hip. And that's still the case, even when your feet are angled more forward. And you can feel the difference. When your feet are angled more forward, you're not pushing on the bony part of your hip as much. Okay, so see what suits you. Lower waist lifts, right? Especially the bottom waist. Navel to spine. And, oh yeah, so we're going to start externally rotating the top leg. So trying as much as you can to get the toes pointing towards the ceiling. Flex the foot, you're going to slide the foot all the way around the inseam of your bottom leg. Straighten the leg up. And then flex coming down. We'll point it up. So sliding it long, flex. Point it up. And flex it down, there's 2. And so you're really working your balance here, right? You can increase the challenge by putting your hand on your head or your hip. Point up, and then flex down 3. And what you want to work on here is that you don't wobble when the leg is really working. So it's up, and then flex down 4. So nice, really controlled. So you guys know the shoulders away from the ears. Point, lift up, flex down 5. Yeah, that's, then there as your legs coming down, you can feel the wobble, engage the core, really activate. Flex up, point, and then flex down 6. These nice bottom leg is really active, pushing into the floor, point up, flex down 7, and again, shoulders away from the ears. Lower waist lifted, point, and 8. Flex coming up, point, and 9. And then last one like this, flex coming up, point, and 10. So great, glutes and hip activation. So now we're going to point, bring the leg all the way up, and flex, bring it down. We're still externally rotating, so we're not in parallel. It's very different parts, and you activate. So again, your feet aren't going to go straight up, right? So you're going to point coming up, and flex coming down. Leg is externally rotated, a bit more challenge for the balance. So really activate the core. There's 3. Point, and we focus externally, rotate 4. You can feel it, right? Glutes active, outer hip 5. Externally rotate again, 6. Increases the wobble, and 7. Point up, and flex down 8. And 9. And 10. We're going to do rainbows, right? Like the hop figure we did before. And put my hand down because these are very challenging for the balance. So toes are pointing up, going forward, and so rainbows. So we're going higher, and then we're going behind. Yes, and there's the wobble, right? So really aware of engaging. And 2, and behind. Foot flex the whole time, and externally rotated 3. Yeah, we're really burning here. And 4, that's it. Navel to spine, lift that pelvic floor. 5. And rainbow to 6. Oh, that's the wobble, that's it. And 7. Great job. And 8. So amazing to strengthen these muscles. So this is so fantastic for your standing, walking. 8, 9. All your running, strengthening glutes, outer hips, hip flexors, and 10. Okay, so now externally rotate and point. Let's do 5 circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and other direction, and 5. And point, externally rotate. 2, 3, 4, 5. Excellent. Nice release here. Bend that top knee. Oh, that feels nice. Little fist in there, that could be nice as well. So now the bottom leg is in parallel, right? We're not externally rotating, it's in parallel. We're going to lift it up and down, working inner thigh now, shoulders away from the ears 2. And 3, check all of your activation, right? Navel to spine, ribs in, pelvic floor 4. And you can really feel it, bang, 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 bang. Just that activation 5, and 6, and 7. That's it. Lower waist lifted 8. 9, 10, let's stay up and pulse. 10, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Point the toes and circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Other direction. And 5, and 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. So bend both the knees. Now we're going to do a little bit of the clam. So both knees bent. Lift both of your shins. So your thighs still pressing into the floor. Knees are together. So we're going to bring the toes together, heels apart, and then open out. Inhale together. The heels stay apart. And 2. And 3. Nice to have your hand on your hip here. 4. So you can feel rotation inside in the hip socket, but you're not rotating the whole pelvis, so that's something back and forward, right? Strong core balance. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. We're going to add extension, right? So open hands to the clamp, thigh does not move, extend, bring the toe back in, and close. Open out, thigh does not move, extend, bring it back in, and close. So open as high as you can, 3, extend, bring it back in. And 4, really burning here now. That's it, navel to spine, and 5. Excellent. And 6. The heels stay apart. And 7. Excellent, great work. And 8. And 9. And 10. Great job. So coming down, let's extend the legs long again. Okay, we're going to bring both legs up, just wobble, and down. And let's go for 10. 2. And 3. So they're in parallel now. 4, 5, 6, bottom waist lifted, navel to spine. 7, 8, 9, 10. Keep them floating, and then the top leg points and goes up and down for 1, 2, 3. We're nearly there. 4, and 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Last thing. One leg forward, the other one back. If you've been running, this really challenges the balance. 2. And 3. Legs separate as much as is comfortable. 4. 5. You can point the toes and they're in parallel. 5. And 6. 7. 8. 9. And 10. Super. So let's just do a little push up here. So bottom arm is going to come underneath you. And you're going to rest the arm on your waist. Top arm now is going to push against the floor right beside your shoulder. And now activate, engage, feel flex. And you push up, right? So it's tricep push up. Inhale down, exhale 2. And 3. That's it. 4. And 5. These are hard. 6. And 7. 8. 9. And 10. Oh, let's go to the side. Great. Okay. So other side. Lying down, hand resting on the hip or hand resting on your arm, right? Very personal. And again, especially if you find that your hip is sore, if you have bony hips at all, or just if it's uncomfortable, bring the feet a little bit forward at an angle. And you're still doing all the work. It's just the angle is a bit nicer into the bottom waist, bottom hip. So let's start. So hand resting in front of you or to your hip, whichever works better for you. And a hand resting on your hip or your head is going to be a bit more challenging. And I'm just going to check here. So my head was looking down. So nice alignment first. So chin, the space of the lemon, back of the neck is long. And then everything is stacked. Ankles, hips. And lower waist lifts, navel to spine, pelvic floor. Externally rotate the top leg. Immediately you feel the balance challenge, right? A little bit of a wobble. I'm going to slide that top leg along the inseam. I'm going to point the toes, extend it up, and then flex and bring it down. There's 1. Check bottom waist is lifted, point up, flex down 2. Up, flex down 3. Flex, point up, flex down 4. That's it. And point, flex down 5. Now check, remember the precision with Pilates, very often 6, it's what's not moving that's doing a lot of the work. 7, so check, pelvic floor lifts, navel to spine, lower waist lifted 8. And 9, we're doing, point, and 10. So now, oh yeah, so we're going to point the toes and bring it up and flex, bring it down. point up, flex down 2, check, bottom waist lifted, flex down 3, and 4, and 5, and 6. Lovely work. And 7, lovely, get as high as you can. 8, see can you bring the leg higher. 9, and 10. So now keeping that external rotation, and let's do the rainbow. So the heel touches in front of you, big circle, challenge for the balance, and goes behind you. Move a little bit, so away from the wall. And so externally rotated, heel in front of you, and then right behind you. Those 2. Bottom leg strong, heel in front, and it's a rainbow more than a hot potato, so the leg goes high. 3. Front, flex, and externally rotate. 4. Use the core. That's it. And 5. And you can really feel it right side by when the leg goes back. Really get an extension. 6. That's it. Bottom leg active. And behind. 7. Excellent. And 8. Good job. 9. And 10. Excellent. Keep that external rotation. 5 circles, one direction. 5. And 4. Let's challenge the balance. Hand on your waist. 3, 2, 1. Other direction. Activate. 1. And 2. Externally rotate a bit more. Rotate. 3, 4, 5. Bend. Oh yeah. Really nice. So bend the top knee. Bring it in. Fists in there might be nice. Flex the bottom leg, it's in parallel, and up and down for 1. And 2. And 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, navel to spine. 8, 9, 10. Let's stay up. Active flex and pulse. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. 5 circles. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And other direction. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Let's move to our clams. So both knees are bent now. The knees are nice to regular from the hips. Hand forward or hand on your waist. Activate everything, and then lift the shins from the floor. So the thighs are still on the floor, the heels are separate, and open out for 1. Inhale together, open 2, and 3, and 4, 5, and 6. That's it. 7, 8, as wide as is comfortable for you. 9, and 10. Let's add the extension. So open out, thigh stays where it is, extend, bend the knee, bring it back in. 1. Extend, bring it back in, and 2. Check that activation. So lower waist, navel to spine, pelvic floor. That's 4, 5, 6, and 7, and 8. That's it. 9. And last one of these, 10. Excellent. Now let's bring both legs along to the floor. Hands to the floor. Feet on parallel and lift them all the way up and down. 1, 2, 3. Strong activation. 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Come on, we'll try it without the hand. And 10. Oh, it's wobbly. So now both legs up. Point the top leg. Bring up. Flex down. Up. Flex down. Let's keep it in parallel. Up. Flex. Actually, let's keep it flexed and go up and down parallel. 3, and 4. So very different than when we're externally rotated. 5 and 6, doesn't go as high. 7, working different muscles. 8, 9, and 10. Excellent. Now let's do the running. So one leg forward, the other leg back, and then switch. 2, 3, and 4. Really work the balance here. Use the core. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Super. Let's do our push-up. So bottom hand now comes down and place the hand on your waist. Top hand is beside your shoulder, legs are long. And then we push all the way up. 1. Inhale, exhale. 2, 3, and 4, and 5. With the heart, and 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. Let's go straight into an unside shoulder press. We'll do 10 of those. So hands beneath your shoulders, and remember the feet are wide. It's almost like a down dog, a little shorter down dog. The shoulders are over the hands, and then your head comes down between your hands. Exhale up. We'll do 10 again. Inhale down. Exhale up. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Great. From here, walk your hands all the way back to your feet. Fold it forward. And then slowly roll all the way up. So I go straight into, step back so you can see my face, straight into do some work with the glutes, okay? So what we're going to do is a squat into a lateral raise. So squat down, then stand up, and lateral raise. I'm sorry, my head disappears there in the middle. Same side, we'll do 10. And you're working on your balance here, right? So use the core. So coming down, there's 3, come back up, and you try not to sway the body. 4, and up, and 5, again working the outer hip and quads. 6, and 7, 8, 9, and 10. Let's go straight to the side. So squat, up, and 1. Precision again, controlled movement. And 2, 3, and 4, 5. Great to work on our balance. 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. Then add curtsy lunge, again the lateral raise. So the leg goes right behind you, come right down, and you can feel it working, right? So down into your knee, back up, lateral raise. Again, sorry, my head disappears there. And up, and 2. Curtsy lunge, up, and 3. Right down, that's it. And 4. And maybe you feel like you can lift it higher now. And 5. Curtsy lunge, coming down. And 6. Great. 7. And 8. That's it. 9. Great to do. And 10. Let's go straight to the side. So the leg goes behind, knee drops down. 1. And let's lateral raise. And 2. and 3. That's it. And 4. And 5. And 6. And 7. Really great. 3 more. 8. Leg as straight as you can, going out to the side. 9. So you're really working at the hip there and glute. And 10. Really nice. I want to do a bunch more here, but we're going to go onto our floor, do a little bit into the back. So inhale, and then as you exhale, we're going to roll down. So head comes off the imaginary wall, and rolling, come all the way down. Walk your hands out. Let's come into a plank, and then slowly lower. Very slowly, right? Very slowly lower to the floor. So here on the floor, legs, let's start with the legs together. Toes are pointing back, pubic bone down, navel to spine. So do I to an X, X to an I, making that shape with your body. So start reaching the arms forward, and then draw the shoulders away from the ears. So strong activation. As you inhale, lift up into your I shape. As you exhale, open out into X, and come down. Inhale up in the X, exhale back into I, and come down. Inhale up, exhale out to X, and come down. Inhale up and X, exhale to I, and come down. Let's keep going. And out, and come down. Inhale X, exhale I, and down. Inhale I, exhale X, and down. Inhale out. Legs as high as you can, point the toes. Exhale I, and down. So feel the length. Inhale I, exhale X, and down. 2 more. Inhale X. Exhale I, and down. It's great to work the back muscles. Inhale I, exhale X, and down. Really nice. And meet your shoulders, pushing back. Really nice. Really stretching. Just a couple more things here. Too much things on the list, right? Things I wanted to get done today. So legs are long, we can do some side plank, or the top leg is halfway, right? So please adjust, find what's suitable for you. Also, any shoulder issues, hand down, forearm down, okay? So I'm gonna have my top foot long, it's pressing into the floor, and lift up. Inhale, tip the floor, just barely. Exhale, back up. We'll do 5 of them, okay? Inhale. Exhale, 3. Really lift that bottom hip. And so the top hip lifts. 4. And 5. Really nice. Bring the bottom knee in. Hand is down. Let's go up and down. 1. Foot in parallel. So toes pointing forwards. 2. And 3. And 4. And 5. 6. 7. 8, 9, and 10. We're going to reach the arm and the leg towards each other. So inhale, and then exhale, leg and arm to each other. Inhale, extend. Exhale, 2, 3, 4. Strong core. 5, and 6, and 7. We feel those legs today. 8, 9, and 10. Great, let's go to the side. So start with the side plank. And again, remember forearm down, hand down, leg halfway, or leg long. Find the version that works for you. Exhale, lift up. Inhale, tip the floor. Exhale up. 2. And 3. 4, really stretch it. And 5. Bottom knee down, nice alignment, and 1. Remember, chin is in a straight line. 4, 5, navel to spine. 6, 7, nice and high if you can. 8, 9, 10. We're going straight into stretches from here. So that's these last 10. Lift the hip, lift the leg, try to keep it at hip height. And 1, and 2, and 3, and 4. You got it. Keep it high. 5 if you can. And 6, 7, nearly there. 8, I know the hips are burning. Glutes, 9, and 10. Excellent. Great work. So let's start the mermaid stretch. So it doesn't matter which leg, right? One leg forward, other leg back. Arms out to the side. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. Slowing down the breath now. And exhale. So a lot of work. Obliques, side body. In our abdominal sequence at the start. And then in that side series. In the plank. And then we move down from the obliques to the outer hip. And the glutes. Lateral raises. Squats, working the quads. Curtsy lunge again. Glutes and outer hip. Really nice. So let's take a rotation here. So it doesn't matter, we're going to do both sides on each leg. So turning. And then go to the other side. And turning. This is nice. Most of us just love twist. Really nice to switch legs. The other leg forward, other leg back. Arms out and stretch it out. You guys probably noticed we fall in love with these mermaid stretches. They're so nice. They get right in there. The side body, lovely for the spine. These and the 3 movements of the spine. The twisting. We didn't do an awful lot and rotate of spinal movement in the sense that we didn't do any roll ups, roll downs. We didn't do any articulation in the bridge. And so we just do a little bit of 3 movements of the spine just to remedy that. So come to all fours, come to down dog, walk the hands back and slowly roll up. And really feel arms and head like a rag doll. Tailbone under, navel to spine and roll up. Let's do 2 more just like that. Inhale, exhale, rolling down. Here you can see the inhale, exhale, rolling up. So sideways inhale, and then exhale, shoulders lift the ears and rolling down. Inhale here, touch the tailbone, and then roll up. So standing, inhale, arch, exhale, round. So again, arch, and then tucking around. So shoulders stay over the hips. Pelvis tilts forward and back, shoulders go forward and back. So we did that retraction in the shoulders, we did the pelvic tilting. So here's the combination of the 2. So nice. 2 more. Nice to close your eyes and just feel the movement in your spine. Come to center and slide. And some of you might prefer to do it with the arms up. Getting more length in the side body. Some of you may prefer it with the arms at the sides and sliding. See what suits you. Again, eyes closed. Feel it in your body. So lots, maybe you can feel a little aches and pains. Maybe you also have that feeling of, wow, really strength and flexibility. And rotation in the center. Hands on shoulders, we rotate. Hips stay forward. So as you rotate, it's a little twice. Ribs, shoulders, and then rotate. Inhale, center, and rotate. Inhale, center, rotate. 1 more each side. And rotate. Be nice. Hands down, eyes closed. And now rock towards the front of your feet. Towards your toes. Notice your plumb line. So notice outside of the back of the ear outside of your shoulders, hips, knees, ankles. Now roll to the back of your heels. And that's your plumb line. Come to center, go to one side, and then go to the other. Just take a moment. So feet are really steady, plants on the floor. So just like when we do the pelvic tilting, we find a neutral pelvis. Here again, you've gone in all four directions with your feet, and now your feet are steady on the ground. Pelvis directly above the ankles, shoulder blades wide, shoulders directly above the pelvis, back of the neck long, crown of the head lifting up. And very particular and fabulous feeling after doing Pilates. So this feeling of activation through the body, maybe a little bit of tingling in the places that were worked. This feeling of strength, especially down to the legs today, because we call that hip and glute stuff. We also did shoulder work, so maybe you can feel it. Upper arms, shoulders. Just take a moment, perhaps if you wish, to set an intention for your day ahead. Really great. Don't move for a second, so make sure I've got everybody. Just a great thing.